let me finish. You brought out facts. Let me also give you facts. Rufai, you studied animal anatomy, and you are in Arise as on-air personality. You cannot face me and call yourself a journalist. I will agree with you.
Guys, now sometimes I begin to wonder what people actually watch when they do not watch political interviews of this nature. Yes, just a few hours ago, it was actually a clash of the titans between the FCT minister's media aide in person of Leia versus Rufai of Arise News. Yes, Dr. Ruben Abati was also there to become the ref in this argument, as I'd like you to take a look at the clash of the titans that has sparked reactions on the internet. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Do well to sit back and watch the video for yourself, as I'll be coming back to give you the reactions of Nigerians about it. Take a look for yourself.
I want to set some records straight, and these are facts. I deal with facts alone. Dele Momodu got his first job with African Concord magazine in May 1988. Then he also worked at National Concord, Sunday Concord, Business Concord, and the Yoruba newspaper Ishokon. And afterwards, he went on to Classic, another magazine outfit. At some point, they said he was the highest paid editor in Nigeria. So the assertion that it was a picture book Dele Momodu was making, that's not true, because he only set up Ovation in 1996 after I went on exile. So, and I'm not sure you're going to call the likes of Concord, a prestigious newspaper outfit, a picture book in this country. Fact one, taken out. Secondly, I want you to provide us empirical facts that Dele Momodu is on Atiku Abubakar's pay list. Probably, maybe bank details you are privy to of how he's being paid and other factual evidence to support your claim.
Well, are you done?
Yes, I'm done, sir.
You are done with your facts. Then you miss out one fact. You miss out the fact that Dele Momodu went to university to study Yoruba. On a normal thing, when you study Yoruba, what are you supposed to become? Are you not supposed to become something like maybe a teacher, or probably you have studied Yoruba in the process, maybe you are also studying some parts of FIFA? You're supposed to have become a Babalawo now. So how do you come out and tell me that somebody who did not study journalism, because me, I studied journalism, and that is why I'm saying that for you to be called a journalist, you must have studied journalism somewhere. He did not.
That's okay. Mr. Lainga,
listen,
can I come in?
Listen to me. You brought facts. No, let me finish. You brought out facts. Let me also give you facts. Rufai, you studied animal anatomy, and you are in Arise as on-air personality. You cannot face me and call yourself a journalist. I will agree with you, because you did not study journalism. I did. Dele Momodu did not. So he cannot face me and tell me that he studied journalism. He's a journalist. I am a journalist. Dele Momodu is not, because he did not study journalism. Simple.
Okay. No. For purposes of public education, look, what we did, what happened, the people who came before us, Stanley Makebu and all, other leaders in this profession in Nigeria, what they did was to design a multidisciplinary perspective for the practice of Nigerian journalism. And that was why you will find people from various disciplines. At the Guardian, we had somebody who had a master's degree in architecture, who was in charge of housing. We had people who studied science, who were in charge of the science pages. We had people who had military background, managing the defense section. So it's not as if in the modern age, you must have a mass comm, degree or have particular specialization. So it's a multidisciplinary field.
I think I have a right of response. Mr. Lainga, I asked you a clear question. Can I finish? No, let me finish. Okay, respond to you.
Let me respond to Oga Ruben, your Oga first. I will come back to you. Let me respond to your Oga first. You see, Nigeria Press Council, there is a guideline Before you can be called a journalist, you must have a diploma in journalism. That is the standard. Go and read provision of Nigeria. Go and read it.
Okay.
So you must have diploma in journalism.
Okay.
And even NUJ will tell you that you must. That was the reason NUJ set up International Press Institute for people to be trained as journalists. That was the reason. The reason NIJ was set up was for people to be trained as journalists. For you to become a journalist, even if you have obtained degree, you must go to either NIJ, International Press Institute, to do a diploma, a 1-year diploma in journalism. That is a standard. If you have not done that, to my mind, you are not a trained journalist.
Okay, Mr. Leary, I mean, a couple of things. Number one, I asked you a question and you pivoted. Rufai was not the subject matter. The fact at first, your assertion was that Mr. Dele Momodu was printing a picture book, and I proved you wrong by giving you facts that I worked with Concord, a reputable outfit.
I'm no longer
and for your education, it's obvious you don't even know that journalism is broad, and there needs to be a lot of education. There's multi-discipline in journalism. And I have also done a lot of work and a lot of training in this business across board, being a journalist for over 20 years. So your assertions are wrong, and obviously it is incumbent on you to get a lot of education.
Alright guys, so let's take a look at what some Nigerians have to say. Debo said this fellow is not intelligent. How many politicians studied political science in Nigeria? Perhaps that's why our politics is messed up, when all manner of people go into politics without a background in political science. Remarkable indeed. Another one came from Akani, who said, if Rufai that studied animal anatomy and physiology and have been a noble TV and radio presenter and host at international level shows he is good at journalism vocation, Mr. Olayinka needs to rest. Journalism is multidisciplinary discipline. Rufai, you are a star, a journalist and media, and that can't be denied. Very true. A response also came from Mohammed, who said, the Rufai think is more knowledgeable than anybody. You can be a doctor without studying medicine. Is true, nothing but true. Hussaini is not qualified journalist. Another one also came from Usman, who said, Rufai don't buy market. Somebody who is supposed to be in a pen taking care of animals now sat down in one inferior TV station calling himself journalist. No be juju be that. Another one came from Popular, who went ahead to say, I watched their life and I was just laughing at Hussaini. Peter said, your course of study is a reflection of your behavior. Rufai Hussaini is a misfit in journalism. No wonder he's arrogant and so full of himself. Every profession has ethics. Rufai Hussaini is far from ethics of journalism. What is the ethics of journalism, I may ask? We have another one from Dele, who said, it is not better to close your mouth and be thought a fool. Now that Lere has spoken and has unwittingly removed all doubts, such a shame this guy is from Ekiti, and a bigger shame that he once held a very important position in the government of Ekiti. Never knew Lere was this empty. Now the truth is that in modern times, you cannot talk about people going directly into professions because they studied it. We've seen people like a former governor of Rivers State in person of Rotimi Amechi, who studied linguistics in University of Port Harcourt. Does it mean that he has to just do only things that have to do with English? He became a politician and became a renowned one, held position of Minister of Transportation and other juicy positions, and actually did well in that position. We also saw Chief Barrister Wike, who is a lawyer. Today he's practicing law. Does it mean he must necessarily go to the courts to practice his law? We've also seen different people practice different things and come out. Even the owner of Dark Communications today was never a journalist. He never studied journalism in school. So the point that Larry made, I actually do not stand by. But the truth is that there has to be some sort of knowledge in the field you have acquired. And sometimes experience too can play that role. The truth is that these politicians are all out there to make sure that they rip off the honor that some of these people who call them out. We all know that Rufai Hussaini, Dr. Rembati has also always been there to call out political office holders. And this is just a way of doing their best to give it back to him. We'd love you to do well to drop your own thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the clash between